Very good morning to everyone. So, this is the subject I will be teaching in the next semester, which I have already discussed with you all. Syllabus for the subject is also discussed. There are together 5 topics in this subject, which I have little bit introduced to you all in the last lecture. If any one of you have missed the lecture, I have also sent you the YouTube link in the group, which you can refer to and learn what all was taught in the last lecture. I have also discussed with you all the paper pattern. The paper pattern is of the paper will be of 100 marks, and how it is divided has been discussed to you all in the previous lecture. If you all have missed that lecture, you can see the video which I have put it in the group. Today we will start up with the first chapter, which is inventory valuation. The first chapter which I will be starting with today is inventory management. Now you all will ask me, what is inventory? इन्वेंट्री क्या होता है? इन्वेंट्री किसको बोलते हैं? Does anyone of you know इन्वेंट्री किसको बोलते हैं? What is inventory? But what is inventory? Does anyone of you know? Inventory, yes, correct, Sheikh. Inventory means stock. इन्वेंट्री हम किसको बोलते हैं? इन्वेंट्री हम बोलते हैं स्टॉक को. एंड स्टॉक, सो what stock, अच्छा ठीक है, inventory means stock, but what is the meaning of stock? What is inventory? Now what is inventory? Inventory is stock, बहुत लोगों ने बोल दिया, but what is stock? Stock is that product in which the business deals with. The stock is what in which the business deals with. अगर मेरा फर्नीचर का शॉप है, then furniture is a stock for me. अगर मेरा क्लॉथ का शॉप है, then clothes are stock for me. The stock is what? Stock is that in which the company deals with. जिसके ऊपर कंपनी डील करता है, that is stock. So stock can be of 3 types. First type is known as raw material. First type of stock is known as raw material. Now what is raw material? अगर suppose मुझे furniture prepare करना है, if I want to manufacture furniture, then wood will be my raw material. So raw material is the product which is required to finish the final product. So if we talk about furniture, wood will be the raw material. Now stock can be in the way of raw material. Stock can be in the way of WIP, which is known as work in process, work in progress. Now what is this? Stock can be in the way of work in progress or work in process. तो ये WIP क्या है? WIP means incomplete production, incomplete goods. मतलब जैसे for example, suppose I am dealing with clothes. मैं क्या करती, I have a business to manufacture shirts. What do I manufacture and sell? I manufacture and sell shirts. Shirts पता है, जो boys लोग specially you wear that shirts. तो suppose now I have इन बिटवीन, सी मैं डायरेक्टली शर्ट नहीं बना सकती हूँ. शर्ट बनाने से पहले आई विल हैव टू प्रिपेयर द शर्ट पीसेस. तो फ्रॉम द शर्ट पीस द फाइनल प्रोडक्ट अ शर्ट विल बी मेड. सो अगर शर्ट कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ है और हमारे पास शर्ट का क्लॉथ है, तो दैट क्लॉथ विल बी रेफर्ड टू एज वर्क इन प्रोग्रेस. एंड सपोज आई एम मैन्युफैक्चरिंग फर्नीचर, तो फर्नीचर कुछ वुड के रूप में रहेगा और कुछ रहेगा जिसमें क्या हो रहा है, वुड. तो इसको नहीं बोल सकते, इसमें फर्नीचर बनाना हमने शुरू कर दिया है, लेकिन अभी तक फर्नीचर पूरा बन के रेडी नहीं हुआ. यू आर गेटिंग माई पॉइंट. द टू मेक द फर्नीचर वी रिक्वायर वुड, बट वुड जो है दैट इज नॉट fully converted into the furniture. So वो stage को where the work is incomplete, that stage is referred to as work in progress. Work in progress. So इसके बाद there is the final stage of the stock, which is also known as finished product, which is also known as finished product or finished goods. So what is finished product or finished goods? These are those products which are ready for sale. So finished goods are those products which are ready for sale, which can be sold in the open market. That is known as finished goods. That is known as finished goods. So inventory or the stock can be in three stages. First stage is known as raw material. Second stage is known as work in process, and the third and the last stage is known as finished goods. So we all have understood what is the meaning of inventory. Now the second question what is coming in front of us is how stock is recorded in books. Stock को books में कैसे record करते हैं? How do we record the stock in the books? So stock is recorded while preparing final accounts. It comes in the trading account credit side. All of you remember this? Stock मतलब क्या? Those goods in which the business deals with, and stock is recorded in the trading account credit side. No, it is called as closing stock. Now what is closing stock? Closing stock is those goods which are unsold at the end of the year. मतलब वो goods जिसको हम sell नहीं कर पाए, उसको हम closing stock बोलते हैं. और सी क्लोजिंग स्टॉक ऑफ रॉ मटेरियल मींस ये वो स्टॉक है विच हैज नॉट बीन यूज इन द प्रोडक्शन. क्लोजिंग स्टॉक ऑफ वर्क इन प्रोग्रेस मींस व्हाट? ये वो गुड्स है जो अभी तक कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ है. दीज आर दोस गुड्स विच हैज नॉट बीन completed, which has not been finished. They are incomplete goods. And closing stock of finished goods means those stock which are still unsold, which are still unsold or not sold, is known as closing stock of finished goods. So how do we record the closing stock? How do we record the stock? Stock is recorded in the trading account, and one more place we record the stock. Can anyone tell me which is the other place where stock is recorded? Stock. Yes, correct answer. Stock is recorded in the asset side of the balance sheet. So we record stock in the trading account and we record stock in the asset side of the balance sheet. So after this, now let us come to the next slide, that is importance of stock valuation. Why should we why should we why is it important to value stock? Stock valuation means to value, to find out the value of the stock. Now why is it important for stock valuation? So that we get the proper value of the assets. Now see, स्टॉक को हम हमेशा कैसे रिकॉर्ड करते हैं? कॉस्ट वैल्यू और मार्केट वैल्यू, whichever is less. Do you remember this point? Stock is recorded in the asset at a value, at a lesser value, cost value or market value, whichever is less. But why do we do that? Why do we record it in a lesser value? So that, देखो, suppose for example, I deal in furniture. I deal in furniture and जो मेरा फर्नीचर है उसको मैं सेल करती हूँ 10,000 रुपीज में. आई सेल दैट फर्नीचर फॉर 10,000. सो व्हाट आई विल डू, आई हैव 10 furnitures with me. So 10,000 into 10, I have to show 1 lakh rupees in the asset. But suddenly the market value of the furniture has been reduced to, suppose for example, 8,000. क्या हुआ? जो एक फर्नीचर था 10,000 का, मेरे पास उसका कॉस्ट है 10,000. तो मेरे पास 10 फर्नीचर है, तो 10 इंटू 10,000, आई हैव 1 लाख रुपीज का असेट. बट सडनली इन द मार्केट द फर्नीचर का कॉस्ट हैव reduced, द फर्नीचर का वैल्यू हैव reduced from 10,000 to 8,000. But if I still show my closing stock at 1,000, is it correct? Tell me. फर्नीचर का वैल्यू 10,000 था पहले, बट अब मुझे पता चला कि फर्नीचर का वैल्यू 8,000 हो गया है. सो 8,000 इंटू 10, द वैल्यू इज reduced टू 80,000. सो नाउ टेल मी, क्लोजिंग स्टॉक को कौन से वैल्यू में रिकॉर्ड करना चाहिए? सी, फर्नीचर इज my closing stock. Why? Because it is my because I deal in furniture. Furniture are my goods. फर्नीचर क्या है? मेरा गुड्स है, उसको मैं सेल करती हूँ. करेक्ट आंसर गिवन बाय आसमा शेख समीर. इट इज 80,000. इट इज 80,000. 80,000 Q, because you all have learned in your 11th standard, also in your 12th standard, that closing stock should be recorded at cost value or market value, whichever is less, whichever is less. So we have to record our furniture in the example which I have given, not at 1 lakh but at 80,000. And one more thing, why stock valuation is important? Stock valuation is important because it will help us to calculate प्रॉपर एंड करेक्ट प्रॉफिट्स. अगर हम 1 लाख रुपीस में क्लोजिंग स्टॉक को बताएंगे, माई सेम एग्जाम्पल ऑफ फर्नीचर, अगर मैं बताऊं क्लोजिंग स्टॉक 1 लाख में दिखाऊंगी तो मुझे 20,000 प्रॉफिट ज्यादा मिलेगा. सी, क्लोजिंग स्टॉक इज इन द क्रेडिट साइड ऑफ द ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट. Now, if the credit side is heavy, we will get higher profits. Is it correct? अगर हमारा क्लोजिंग स्टॉक ज्यादा होगा, अगर हम ज्यादा बताएंगे, इट इज ओनली 80,000, बट आई डोंट वैल्यू द स्टॉक प्रॉपरली, देयर आई विल गेट हायर प्रॉफिट और लोअर प्रॉफिट। मतलब क्या, अगर मैं क्लोजिंग स्टॉक को कम बताती हूँ तो प्रॉफिट भी कम होगा, और मैं क्लोजिंग स्टॉक को ज्यादा बताऊंगी देन माय प्रॉफिट आल्सो विल बी मोर। सो आई शुड ऑलवेज वैल्यू द closing stock at proper value so that I get proper profit। ना ज्यादा प्रॉफिट दिखाना भी करेक्ट है, ना कम प्रॉफिट दिखाना भी करेक्ट है। ऑलवेज वी शुड शो करेक्ट प्रॉफिट, वी शुड शो प्रॉपर प्रॉफिट्स, वी शुड शो राइट प्रॉफिट्स। ना ज्यादा प्रॉफिट दिखाना करेक्ट है, ना लोअर प्रॉफिट दिखाना करेक्ट है। तो इसके लिए व्हाट वी शुड कीप इन माइंड, to value the stock at correct value. For that, what we will have to do, we will have to value our stock at correct amount, at correct amount. Then only we will be able to show proper profits, then only we will be able to show proper profits. Got this point? Why stock valuation is important? Now let us move towards our next slide. Let us move towards our next slide. Systems of inventory valuation. Let us now understand what are the system of valuation of inventory, और valuation इन्वेंट्री को वैल्यू करने के लिए क्या सिस्टम्स अवेलेबल है, व्हाट वे सिस्टम और द वेज आर अवेलेबल टू मेथड, not this is not the method but procedure, what procedure, what system is available to value our stock. So what is available? There are two systems available. One is, there are two systems available. One is known as periodic system of inventory, and other is known as perpetual system of inventory. Now let us see what is the meaning of periodic and what is the meaning of perpetual. So periodic system means periodically, time to time, proper physical verification of stock is made in the godown or warehouse. Periodic system of inventory मतलब क्या, कि मैं टाइम टू टाइम वेयरहाउस में जाके फिजिकल वेरिफिकेशन करती हूँ स्टॉक का। फिजिकल वेरिफिकेशन मीन्स व्हाट, गोइंग टू द गोडाउन, फिजिकली सीइंग, यस 10 फर्नीचर है, मैंने 10 के 10 फर्नीचर को देख लिया, आई हैव काउंटेड इट, आई हैव गॉन टू द warehouse and I have physically verified how many units of products are available. That is known as periodic system of inventory. Second is perpetual system, wherein I am not physically verifying, I am I am not physically verifying the goods. I am not physically verifying the goods, but what I am doing is I am checking, but I am getting the information from the stock ledger. What is the stock ledger? We will be seeing in this chapter. Stock ledger is a document which is maintained by the warehouse keeper. Who is the warehouse keeper? He is the one who is appointed to look over the warehouse, जिसके ऊपर वेयरहाउस की सारी जिम्मेदारी होती है। वो वेयरहाउस में चेकिंग करता है कि इतना माल वेयरहाउस में परचेस किया है, इतना गुड्स वेयरहाउस से बाहर गया है। सो that person is known as the warehouse keeper who takes care of the warehouse. So he has one ledger, he has one document known as, he maintains one document known as the stock ledger. This document is known as the stock ledger or the stock register, wherein how many stock has entered the warehouse is recorded, how many stock goes out of the warehouse is recorded. In short, what is recorded, all the purchases in the warehouse and all the sales made in the warehouse, everything is registered or everything is recorded in the stock ledger or the stock register. Under periodic system, what we do the physical verification. In perpetual system, what we verify the stock ledgers बोलते हैं. अगर हम physical verification नहीं करेंगे, but क्योंकि वेयरहाउस कीपर हर एक डिटेल्स एंटर करता है स्टॉक रजिस्टर में, इसलिए मैं क्या करूंगी, मैं स्टॉक रजिस्टर को वेरीफाई करूंगी. I will verify the stock register and I will get the information of the stock. So that is known as perpetual system of inventory. That is known as the perpetual system of inventory. So there are two systems. One is known as periodic system of inventory and second is known as the perpetual system of inventory. I hope both of these methods are clear to all of you. Now let us go to our next slide, which is known as methods of inventory valuation. Very important slide. This is known as methods of inventory valuation. कौन से तरीके से हम स्टॉक को वैल्यू करें, स्टॉक को, इन्वेंट्री को वैल्यूएशन करते वक्त हम कौन से मेथड से वैल्यू करेंगे, इज नोन एज the methods of inventory valuation. The first method which I will be discussing now is known as first in first out method. The first method is known as first in and first out method. Now, what do you mean by this method? This method, the name itself suggests, जो भी स्टॉक हम पहले परचेस करेंगे उसी को वेयरहाउस कीपर पहले सेल करेगा. First in first out method says that whatever goods are purchased first will go out of the warehouse first. मतलब first in first out. जो भी, जैसे for example I have suppose I have purchased 50 kgs of rice. तो पहले मैंने 50 kg of rice purchase किया and then I purchased another 40 kg of rice. Now I want to sell 40 kg of rice. What I will do, I have done two purchases. First purchase is 50 kg of rice. Second purchase is another 40 kg of rice. Now I have total 90 kg of rice. First मैंने 50 खरीदा, फिर मैंने और 40 खरीदा. Now I need to sell 40 kg of rice. तो हम कौन सा 40 kg कहाँ से दे? फर्स्ट हमारे पास 50 kg था, सेकेंड हमने खरीदा 40 kg. नाउ व्हाट विल आई, which, how do I give the 40 kg? 50 में से 40 do, 50 में से 40 do, या सेकेंड लॉट जो 40 का खरीदा है वो मैं दू. what I should do? See, yes, correct Ashna. See, as per the first in first out method, the first unit which we have purchased will go out first. So जो मैंने 50 kgs खरीदा है मुझे उसमें से ही 40 देना पड़ेगा, because as per first in first out method, the inventory which has been purchased first will go out first. जो हमने पहले खरीदा है वो ही पहले बाहर जाएगा as per first in first out method. So this is the advantage of this method is it is very simple to calculate. जो पहले आया था वही पहले जाएगा, so it is very simple and this is very convenient for perishable goods. जो goods जल्दी खराब होते, perishable goods means what? Those goods which get destroyed very faster are known as perishable goods. तो perishable goods के लिए, perishable food items के लिए this method is very good because what we are doing, what we have purchased first is being sent out of the warehouse first. So we can avoid the goods to get avoid the goods to get spoiled. Goods को spoil होने से हम बचा सकते हैं. तो this method is more convenient for the perishable goods and it is also very simple to calculate. But what is it? But it is not suitable for goods like cement bags. बहुत वजन वाले goods होते हैं ना, उसके लिए ये बहुत convenient नहीं है. क्या problem होगा? The goods which are very heavy, उसको जब हम पहले जो पहले खरीदा था वही पहले बाहर जाएगा करने देखेंगे. Because whenever, suppose for example, cement bags are there. When I get the cement bags, I put it in the ग्राउंड. तो मैं और सीमेंट बैग्स लाऊंगी तो मैं पहले जो लाया था उसके ऊपर डालूंगी. तो ऐसे सिचुएशन में फर्स्ट इन फर्स्ट मेथड में, फर्स्ट इन फर्स्ट आउट मेथड विच इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज फीफो मेथड, उसमें क्या हो जाता है, जो मैंने पहले खरीदा था वही पहले बाहर जाना चाहिए. तो मुझे पहले तो ऊपर जो रखा हुआ है वो गुड्स को बाजू में रखना पड़ेगा, उसके बाद नीचे से उठाकर बाहर भेजना पड़ेगा, विच इज वेरी एक्चुअली नॉट वेरी कन्वीनियंट. बहुत ज्यादा कन्वीनियंट नहीं है. जैसे अगर कोई बल्कि गुड्स रहेगा तो ये मेथड फॉलो करना इज नॉट वेरी प्रैक्टिकल. गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? If any bulky or heavy goods are there, it is not very easy to just जो पहले आया था वही goods को पहले बाहर भेजने के लिए. But this method is easy to calculate. Now what we will do, we have one more method known as weighted average cost method. This is a very apt method, you can say. This method is very convenient because यहाँ पे हम फर्स्ट इन फर्स्ट आउट का लॉजिक नहीं लगाते हैं, हम कोई भी गुड्स को बाहर भेज देते हैं. एंड while calculating the price, what we do, we calculate the average cost. What do we calculate? Average. Average मतलब क्या? एवरेज मतलब अगर सपोज मैंने 50 kg ऑफ राइस 10 रुपीज में खरीदा, 50 kg ऑफ राइस आई परचेस्ड फॉर 10 रुपीज पर kg एंड व्हेन आई बॉट मोर 40 units of rice, when I bought more 40 kg of rice, तभी मैंने 8 रुपीज पर केजी में खरीदा. पहले जब भी खरीदा था 50 kg, that time it was 10 rupees, and जब मैंने for 40 kgs खरीदा, I purchased it for 8 rupees. Now, in weighted average method, हम क्या करते हैं? We calculate the average cost. We calculate the average price. क्या करेंगे? 10 rupees प्लस 8 रुपीज का एवरेज निकालेंगे. तो 10 प्लस 8 इज 18. 18 डिवाइड बाय 2 वी टेक द एवरेज और हम 9 रुपीज में सेल करेंगे. एवरेज प्राइस कैसे समझा? 10 जो पहला 50 केजीज खरीदा था वो 10 रुपीज में, और जो सेकेंड टाइम में 40 केजी खरीदा वो 8 रुपीज में. 10 प्लस 8 इज 18. बिकॉज देर आर टू आइटम्स, वी डिवाइड बाई 2, वी गेट 9 रुपीज. समझ में आया? सो ये मेथड में वी आर नॉट कंसर्न अबाउट फर्स्ट इन फर्स्ट आउट, but we are concerned about the average price. We are concerned about the average cost. We calculate कौन सा पहले खरीदा, कौन सा बाद में खरीदा, वो मैटर नहीं करता. हम प्राइस का एवरेज निकाल लेते हैं. एंड तुमने लास्ट का व्हेन आई नीड टू सप्लाई, जैसे मैंने तुम लोग को पूछा था ना, मैंने पहले 50 यूनिट्स खरीदा, बाद में 40 यूनिट्स. अब मुझे 40 यूनिट्स बाहर भेजना है, तो एज पर वेटेड एवरेज कॉस्ट मेथड तुम पहले 50 में से दो या बाद में 40 में से दो, कोई भी प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. जस्ट जब तुम प्राइस कैलकुलेट करोगे तो यू हैव टू calculate the average price. As per this method, we will understand this in a better way when we will be starting with the sums. जब हम इसके sum start करेंगे, we will be able to understand this in a more clear manner. Okay everyone?